Hi, in this video, I'll show you how to use GWTChosen. First of all, we'll add our dependency. So we'll add a dependency to GWT because GWTChosen is dependent on GWT a lot. And we'll add a version which will be extracted in a constant in our POM. GWT.version. The second dependency that we'll add is GWT. For the moment, it is needed for GWTChosen 3.0, but in 3.1 it won't be needed anymore. We extract the constant also. GWT.version. And the last dependency that we'll add will be GWTChosen itself. And the group ID is com.argbs, and the version will be GWTChosen.version. So we can go in our properties section of our pom.xml and define these constants. So GWT.version, the current version is 1.4.3, and then we'll add GWT version. The current stable version is 18.0, and the version of GWTChosen, the last stable version is 3.0. Now that that is done, we can go in our GWT module and add our inherits. So inherits name com.google.collect will be the dependency that we need in GWT. Also, we'll add com.google.gwtquery. And finally, the GWT module of GWTChosen. So com.argbs.chosen. So now we can go in our UI binder and add that in our UI binder tag. So our short slug will be chzn, and we'll import GWTChosen. Now we can define a chosen list box, and with tags, for example, placeholder text. And what we'll do in this case is make the user choose a character. So we'll add a few items. First, we'll add an empty one. There is no choice. Then we'll add our characters. So for example, Darth Vader and a few other characters. Let's add Luke Skywalker. Let's add Princess Leia. And finally, last one, maybe Boba Fett. So when we'll open our GWT application, we'll see the GWTChosen plugin with our choices. So when we play, we see that yes, we have our choices and we can select one of the characters. Now that we have done a simple choice, we'll do a multiple choice. So multiple chosen value list box, and we'll do it in a dynamically way instead of static way as the simple chosen. So we set a width. And to do it dynamically, we'll go in our view and define a few things that will be needed to make it work. So for example, the first thing we'll do is create an enum with our different choices. So we'll take the same choices as in the simple case. We'll define simple function that will return the literal version of the enum. We'll also create a field for that and a constructor for that enum. Which will set the name to the received string. Now that we have defined this structure, we'll create a renderer which will take the choices and render them as we wish. So we have an abstract renderer which is available in GWT. So we take the choices and we can implement the missing method. So in that case, render. And we'll define it as a choice. So if that choice is not null, we'll simply get the literal version that we just set earlier. If not, we'll render an empty string. So we can now define our UI field, which will be a multiple chosen value list box with our choices and multiple values. One important thing to know is that we have to set things before the init widget and after that we create and bind our UI. So the first thing we'll do is create our chosen options and set a placeholder text. There are much things that you can do, but we'll do that first thing. And we now will declare this new object with the renderer and the options that we just created. So one thing to notice is it has to be provided. So we have to create it with a new. We can remove the choices because we're in Java 7, so we have the diamond operator. And after the init widget, we can then set the acceptable values, which are all the values that are defined in the enum. So we'll say choices.values. And also we'll define which values are already selected. So we'll create an array list, and it will be Darth Vader and Leia. So when we execute our application, we see that Vader and Leia are already pre-selected, and we can select the other things.